students.
आ जाएंगे सर. Okay, so we welcome you again for this interactive discussion for the Law and Public Policy Action Research Fieldwork Program. So we'll be discussing more about your research topic, methodology, among other things, so that you can start your fieldwork. So we'll start by taking some questions and discussing your research. Shalu ma'am, would you like to add to anything to start the session?
So like we have already, like last week, like this week, we have finalized, most of the students have finalized the topics. So now we have to move forward, research questions, have to make questionnaire and do the pilot testing and all. So I think some of the people are doing pilot testing, so they can also share their results and whatever they have to share. If something needs to be changed, we can change that.
Okay, so we'll start with the discussion. Prathamesh ji, you have sent your topic and others. Would you like to discuss it more? You can unmute.
Hello, sir, is my voice audible?
Yes, audible.
Sir, I have chosen a political topic on assessing the impact of Shiv Sena and NCP split in Pune city. And I'm interested in political research. So, like, how can I progress further?
प्रथमेश जी, वो जो टॉपिक आपने लिया है वो बहुत ज्यादा डायरेक्ट हो जाएगा ना, बिल्कुल वो जर्नलिस्ट वाला टॉपिक हो जाएगा. वुड यू लाइक टू जस्ट टेक दैट, या उसको आप और कर सकते हैं ना कि मैं जैसे उसको रिफ्रेम कर देता हूँ उस टॉपिक को कि इवॉल्विंग पॉलिटिकल सिनेरियो इन महाराष्ट्र एंड परसेप्शंस ऑफ द यूथ, इस टाइप का कुछ अगर बना लें.
ओके सर.
हाँ, मतलब वैसे आप डायरेक्ट करेंगे ना कि शिवसेना एनसीपी दोनों में ये हो रहा है, और फिर उसके बाद यूथ, तो कितना डायरेक्ट हो जाएगा ना.
यस सर.
आप इवॉल्विंग पॉलिटिकल सिनेरियो इन महाराष्ट्र ऐसा कुछ कर ले, या पॉलिटिक्स एंड यूथ अब क्या वो किस तरह से देखते हैं, इस तरह का कुछ बना ले. इट विल बी बेटर इफ यू टेक सम डेवलपमेंट रिलेटेड टॉपिक. हाँ, थोड़ा सा पॉलिटिक्स है ना. और अभी आप क्या कर रहे हैं प्रथमेश जी?
Sir, I have completed a course in political campaigning and electoral strategy. So that is why I tried to choose.
From where?
From School of Politics, New Delhi.
School of Politics ये कहाँ पे है?
Sir, it was an online course.
अच्छा, और वैसे आप कहीं पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं?
No, sir, I've just completed my master's in political science from Pune.
अच्छा, so you are based in Pune?
Yes, sir.
Okay. कोई और टॉपिक नहीं आपके मन में?
No, sir. I want something related to political research only.
पॉलिटिकल रिसर्च और भी आप देख लीजिए ना. आप CSDS को आप फॉलो करते हैं?
Yes, sir.
डेवलपिंग सोसाइटी, वहां से कुछ देख लीजिए.
Okay, sir.
They do a lot of, उनका लोक नीति है ना.
Yes, sir. I will have a look at it.
So that's more of academic and development related research. वहां से कुछ टॉपिक यूथ यू कीप, यूथ इज अ गुड डायमेंशन. और पॉलिटिकल डेवलपमेंट में उसको यू कैन मेक इट मोर, जब इम्पैक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं तो उसको डेवलपमेंट से जोड़ना ही होगा ना. अदरवाइज अगर आप स्टेक होल्डर्स लेंगे, आपने सोचा है कुछ स्टेक होल्डर्स?
Not at such, sir.
उसमें प्रॉब्लम आएगा. उसमें प्रॉब्लम ये भी आएगा ना दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल विल नॉट बी अवेयर ऑफ दैट. और जिनसे आप रिस्पॉन्स भी लेंगे ना, तो वो नुक्कड़ वाली बात हो जाएगी ज्यादातर. तो आप उसको इनकॉर्पोरेट कैसे करेंगे, दैट कैन बिकम अ प्रॉब्लम.
Yes, sir.
But ideally, I got your point. You want to see the contemporary development in Maharashtra politics and how youth perceives it, right?
Yes, sir.
ये आप देखना चाह रहे हैं. थोड़ा लिटरेचर रिव्यू आप करें इस पे.
Yes, sir. I'll do it.
CSDS को आप देख सकते हैं. मोस्ट ऑफ द जो ग्लोबल रिसर्च भी ऐसा दिखाता है ना दैट दे हैव दिस काइंड ऑफ सर्वेज की कौन सा लीडर कितने फेमस हैं, उनका रैंकिंग परसेंटेज टर्म्स में कितना स्टेबल है या नहीं. ग्लोबल रिसर्च भी ऐसा होता है. जैसे मोदी जी का रैंकिंग हाईएस्ट है, 76% इज लाइक ओके. वी बिलीव इन हिम, इस टाइप का, तो थोड़ा उससे लिंक करें।
हाँ सर।
हाँ, और स्टेक होल्डर्स पर ज्यादा ध्यान, दैट whom all you will be discussing with, so then you'll have to talk to some politicians as well,
यस सर।
IT workers as well. थोड़ा फ्रेम कीजिए, अच्छा टॉपिक है,
हाँ सर।
पूरा डायरेक्ट नहीं होना।
श्योर सर। सर आई
ओके,
विल माइंड इट। थैंक यू सर।
हाँ
So इसमें ये वुमन जो ये मतलब यूथ मेंबर्स हैं, या तो पार्टी के भी या फिर वैसे भी जो वुमेन जो भी थे वहां पर उनके, और मेल व्यूज, मतलब अगर दोनों की भी देखना चाहें कि वहां पे क्या डेवलपमेंट है, तो महाराष्ट्र में, सो दैट आल्सो ये सोच सकते हैं कि ऐसा कुछ करने के लिए।
राइट राइट। प्रथमेश जी,
यस मैम।
हाँ प्रथमेश जी, इसमें ना वन मोर थिंग्स बिकम इम्पोर्टेंट, दैट इज रेप्लिकेबिलिटी। आप जो वहां पे कर रहे हैं, क्या वो असम में रेप्लिकेबल होगा, केरला में रेप्लिकेबल होगा, उसको भी ध्यान में रखकर ना रिसर्च इज मोर लाइक, एंड व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, क्या उस तरह का पहले भी कुछ हुआ है, थोड़ा सा लिटरेचर सर्च करेंगे, मिलेगा आपको। आप उनका काम देख सकते हैं, डॉक्टर अजय गुड़ावर्ती,
ओके सर।
CPS में प्रोफेसर हैं JNU में,
यस सर, आई विल गिव अ लुक टू इट।
उनका कुछ काम देख लीजिए। योगेंद्र यादव सर का देख लीजिए, CSDS में और भी अच्छे अच्छे रिसर्चर हैं,
हाँ सर। यस
उनका
सर।
देखिए, वो तो प्रॉपर टीवी पे भी आते रहते हैं। वहाँ पे जो डॉक्टर कुमार है ना,
हाँ।
हाँ हाँ, उनका काम देखिए ना, बहुत अच्छा अच्छा चीजें आपको मिलेगा। टॉपिक इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, अदर न्यूज़पेपर पूरा इलेबोरेट स्टोरीज लाते हैं उनके, जो ऐसे सर्वेज वगैरह होते हैं ना, बिग सर्वेज दे डू।
यस सर।
ठीक है, थोड़ा देखिए, मैं आपको इसमें हेल्प करूंगा। हाँ,
यस सर, श्योर सर, आई विल गिव थॉट टू इट। थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू मैम।
नेक्स्ट कोई और आना चाहेंगे?
ये चिंता जी ने हाथ उठाया है।
यस, व्हाई नॉट, चिंता जी।
Hi, sir. Good morning, ma'am and sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग। यस चिंता जी, आपने कुछ टॉपिक मेथोडोलॉजी कुछ फाइनल किया?
हाँ मैंने actually वो qualitative, I do prefer to do a qualitative interview. Maybe interviews will be more easy. That is what I understood from the scenario. But I would like to check the facilities. What are the facilities available? So what I could do for that? Like a checklist, what is there, what is not there, which is easy to grab the attention. So I thought I'll make a checklist, or if wash is having, not only wash, if there is any specific criteria, I can go for that. That is one thing which I like to look.
I'll try to help you. Can you tell me the topic and location एक बार फिर से, चिंता जी?
Yes, I would like to assess the women, like my one thing, this thing was challenges of women bus conductors in Kerala working in KSRTC, specifically in Kozhikode city.
Kozhikode में you will do, okay. Okay.
ये मतलब आप वो देखिए कि लाइक चेकलिस्ट ऑफ मतलब क्या क्या सर्विसेज फैसिलिटीज अवेलेबल हैं, that could be the aspect of your research. Another aspect is talking to maybe women conductors या जो भी उधर लोग आपको मिलते हैं, and your stakeholders could be like the people in the office of जो भी इसका बस डिपार्टमेंट है या जो भी है ट्रांसपोर्ट डिपार्टमेंट, and also the kind of policy, like how they have introduced, since when they have introduced the women conductors, and उनके लिए उन्होंने अभी तक कुछ किया है कि नहीं किया है, like what some like जो गवर्नमेंट का फैसिलिटीज है, ओके मैटरनिटी बेनिफिट पैक, ये वो सब चीज क्या वो एप्लीकेबल है कि नहीं है, अंडर व्हाट is it a contract system, is it a kind of a job which is permanent kind of a government job, so वो सारी चीजें भी like I don't know वो आप कितना देख पाएंगे अभी इतना कम टाइम में, but
हो गए।
you can try.
Okay, Dinta ji is here. Okay, Dinta ji, you are able to hear us, no? Drop हो गया था उनका
Yes,
connection.
yes, I actually left in between.
हाँ, okay. Yeah, Shalu ma'am, please go ahead. She got dropped, yeah.
Okay, so यही मैं कहती, like you can see the entire, like उनका job कैसा है, like it's a permanent kind of a job or it's on a contract, are they getting other benefits, but the both checklist could be the part of your one part of your survey, another part could be these kind of things, and then your stakeholders could include the women bus conductors, some of the men bus conductors, and maybe the authorities, like Tinka be reporting this. So, and the people who are in the state transport department who have introduced, this scheme of taking the women bus conductors. So that also you can, if you have time, then you
Yeah,
can.
yeah. I talked to a few people, 2 persons who were a part of the KSRTC. Then what I understood is even for the men, the washrooms are also a difficult thing. Like they have to travel if they start from Trivandrum, that is a first place, like the capital city. Then the next depot is in Kollam, so which is very far. In between they have Adur or something like that. So they are very used to that. So what they said is whenever they feel to go to a bathroom and all, they stop to a nearby hotel or something like that. And what I understood is this washroom facility, the difficulties are not being that very much acknowledged even by the men, because they can drop in anywhere they want. So when it came to women, it become more and more worse.
Good topic. Dhintaji, what I understood that you want a checklist. Why don't you look into the Ministry of Transport document or Department of Transport in Kerala? Look into the guidelines. And also look into the best practices. There is a institute called Institute for Transport Development, something in New Delhi. CPPR Dhanuraj sir does a lot of things transport mein, lekin thoda zyada he does on metro. You know CPPR?
No, I haven't.
Center for Public Policy Research.
Yeah, I know about it. Yes.
Dhanuraj sir, it's chairman.
It is in Kochi, I think.
It is in Kochi. Yeah, they are also partner organization. They do a lot of work on transport, but I'm not sure whether you will get any checklist from any of the studies, because they do work a lot on metros. But this is a very pertinent thing. And while you did this testing and pilot, you got good result. Other than wash, you have to have other things: accessibility, timings, reliability. You can base a lot of your things from Ministry of Transport and Highways, MORTH, which is in that central level, Nitin Gadkari ji was once, and you'll get a lot of document from there. Restrict it. Don't do many aspects. Restrict to 3-4 aspects. Already you have got your result.
Okay.
And your result is fabulous, because in terms not only for women, it is a general problem.
Yeah.
While men are able to do that or relieve of these things anywhere, for women it's difficult. Can you tell me your topic once again?
Yes, sir. 1 second. Challenges of women bus conductors in KSRT, working in KSRTC in case study. It could be a case study from Kozhikode city.
A case study of Kozhikode city. Okay. Okay. Any idea how many women bus conductors would be there?
No, I don't have. But I have a small doubt, because when I talked to them, what I understood is they have this main depot and sub depot. So Kozhikode, if you look at their pattern, the next depot will be quite far. So then it will be very, like only one depot from Kozhikode. So I thought I'll go there and talk to them and identify if there are many depots nearby, so that I can take many, or else I'll look at 2 or 3 main depots from Kozhikode and Wayanad or something like that.
You can also do these things telephonically. Don't have to. And why don't you interview some of the restaurant and others via bus stops?
Restaurant people. Okay, I never thought about that.
Wherever they are stopping for using the loo, most of the bus transport services does that, no? They stop at some designated places and then use the because we are not very even in US or other places, they do use private places only. Right. So if you map that how it has been done as a part of literature review, and then keep most of your things open-ended, that in terms of accessing basic services or basic amenities, one. Second, on their physical, financial well-being, what are the challenges faced by them? Third, more of social and other things. For example, security and so on.
Okay, sir.
Topic. Any relevant literature have you found so far?
No, I haven't found. I didn't find anything specific, and I think it was my fault also. I specifically looked into the wash washroom issues, but today I will find out from these areas as well.
If you're looking into wash issues, then why not look into only wash issues, but then also look into more transport modes.
I didn't understand. More transport modes means?
Or don't then just look only for bus, but
Okay, or train and other.
train, local transport, auto, those
Okay,
things also then you can base. But it's not necessary that you find any relevant literature or study based in Kerala. You can look for anywhere else as well.
Yes, yes. No, I actually focused on women conductors because since now it was it has got an attention. Government is ready to make some changes. So maybe I can give my findings. Maybe they will work on that. So there is a possibility in that. So that is why I thought I looked into that.
Are you able to find connections from the transport department as well?
No,
Interviews.
I didn't find any connection, but the incident which I told, which motivated me to do this study was in a very recent one. So where the female conductors were saying they don't have enough facilities. So it is already in the limelight. So I thought if when we go there, if we access the union members or somebody like that, and also the officers who are in charge, maybe
Yes.
they can take it up further.
Great.
What they wanted actually.
Great. So there are many unions, civil society also
Yes.
interview as well. It's a good study. वो तो newspaper में आ जाएगा. Small findings, very good.
इसमें एक suggestion like which I can think of is right now is आप women जो union है उसमें I think Kerala में women's जो group है वो union में भी काफी strong है workers में. And even Kerala State Commission is I think also playing very active role. So अगर आप women conductor की बात करें, so maybe why not talk to them also because they've done something. So
Yeah.
Studies देख सकते हैं.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
It's good. A lot of you'll not find very similar study, but you
Yes.
can connect the dots from other studies.
Okay, sir.
Find some studies and send us.
Okay.
Write it a bit and
So for this assignment, around 50 literature, 20 to 30 or 50 is enough?
There is no
Number.
Yeah, but it will be good if you have like different types. For example, some of the government documents you should refer.
Okay.
Some of the similar studies by, let us say, civil society organization you should refer. Some of the studies you should refer by hardcore researchers. Right, because in all these different documents, you'll find different language.
Okay.
Government, of course, you'll find very different language. In civil society, you'll find different language.
Yes.
Material can be the same. For researchers, it will be very nerdy. It will not make sense to politicians and others like that.
Yeah.
Some of the literature which you can find will be the speeches of politicians and others.
Yes.
Like that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And Dinta ji, what are you doing right now?
I'm a PhD student in Calicut University under Women's Studies Department, and my background is from public health. I have completed my public health from Sri Chitradinal Institute for Medical Sciences, Trivandrum.
Okay. Some doctors also you can interview social workers. Social work as field, no?
Yeah.
Some social workers you should get in touch with. I'll tell you one name. I'm not sure whether he's based where you are. Dr. T.S. Anish. Do you know him?
T.S. Anish. I don't know. Maybe I can find out.
Find out. Huh? I'll share his number and others. He will help you. Some more names. Okay, start it. Then I'll tell you some more names of some social workers who will give you more insight. Huh? Very experienced. Okay. Great.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. You can also ask some of your faculties to help you.
Sure, sir.
Calicut. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Like to go next? Yeah, Alia ji. Yes.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Good morning. So Sir, last time I have told my topic that is the factors affecting entrepreneurship of women, especially in Muslim women. And as I said, I'm from Andhra Pradesh, but I was also even thinking about another topic that came into my head that day. It was related to abortion laws in India and what are the factors that are, encouraging or discouraging women to go for legally and medically getting aborted. So, like, because I have come across one loophole that I could tell that that is maybe stopping women from taking going for medically terminated is that is you need permission of a doctor. I mean, it is definitely the consent of the woman is required, but also if the doctor doesn't permit, then you cannot get it terminated. So I'm really confused, like, is this stopping women from getting terminated? And also you need to give a lot of details to the doctors in the hospital and the clinic before getting terminated. I have talked to a couple of my friends who are doctors and asked them a little details about it. They told that it is really required for them to have all this information. So I'm really confused whether to go for my first topic or the second, because both are very interesting and I would like to work on this.
Okay, Alia ji, for the second topic, since you are exploring, let me add some of our experiences from before. Sex selective abortion or for sex ratio, government became very active in last decade. So every state government have to report this, that sex ratio at birth, what is happening. So for that, a lot of research happened from government only. We also did a lot of study. A lot of people who abort, they don't do in their own city, they do it in the nearby city.
Yes, sir.
For the reasons you told. So it will be very tough for you to find such sample now. You are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, I understand.
Those specific women, it's a it will require more time, more understanding, and the stakeholders would be also doctors and all, they will hesitate. So it can become quite tough. So for the time constraint, you can drop it. The first topic is very good.
Yes, sir.
It pertains to a lot of it's a general topic, and there is connection with a lot of, so the findings and the recommendations will be good. For Muslim women and entrepreneurship, there's a lot of literature available.
Yes, sir.
Right. There is one organization, National Muslim Women, मैम का नाम याद नहीं आ रहा, it's an organization based in Mumbai. मैम आपको नाम याद है, शालू मैम?
मुझे नाम तो भी याद नहीं है, but yeah, surely आपका जो first topic है उसमें थोड़ा सा और time की जरूरत है, because even if you talk to the women who are coming to special, like, clinics, you can identify, but उसमें, like, you need to have a proper understanding of the law, कि law में theory में क्या लिखा है and practically उसमें क्या हो रहा है. So that will require a lot of time. Yeah, and the second topic, yeah, again, it's a very good topic. And usme, like, a lot of studies are available, and to women business mein, the women's contribution to the business. So that is, उसमें बहुत सारे NGOs or civil society groups उन्होंने काफी studies की, so that you can also look into. और बाकी जो academic है universities का भी कुछ researches हैं, so material आपको available मिल जाएगा, and time आपका, like, because in such a short time you can take up this issue.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And also, ma'am, because currently I'm in Andhra Pradesh, मैं घर पे हूँ, तो can I just do my research and do my interviews in my area only? Will that be sufficient, or do I need to go somewhere else and also take interviews?
No, try to cover as many stakeholders as you can. For some of the experts or researchers, let us say those who are based in Mumbai or the other places, you can talk in telephone, right? You should focus now more on your tool, on the type of questions you are asking,
Yes.
right? Based on the literature and what are your expected results. You'll बहुत ज्यादा अगर आप ओपन एंडेड बनाएंगे ना तो उसमें भी प्रॉब्लम आएगा क्योंकि टाइम ज्यादा लग जाएगा। हाँ, मैं कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के नाम आपको बताता हूँ।
Okay, sir.
भारतीय मुस्लिम महिला आंदोलन, हाँ, BMMA, जाकिया सोमन मैम का है ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। कुछ उनका काम देखिएगा, वुमेन मुस्लिम एम्पावरमेंट पे है। इट्स प्रोग्रेसिव। देयर वर्क यू कैन सी मोर ऑन मुस्लिम वुमेन। मैम, शालू मैम, कैन यू रिकॉल नेम ऑफ एनी रिसर्चर जिसका काम आलिया देख सकती है?
तो वो एक्चुअली लॉ में काफी, पर्सनल लॉज में काफी है रिसर्चेस, बट जो स्पेसिफिक इशू है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का, तो
मैम
वो
वो
थोड़ा
एंटरप्रेन्योर उस दिन तो हमने आलिया के लिए ये किया क्योंकि आइदर वी गो इनटू सैलरी, मतलब जॉब वाले पे जाए, एंटरप्रेन्योर पे जाए, कैजुअल लेबर, बट राइटली एंटरप्रेन्योर वाले पे ना, सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड वाला कैटेगरी आलिया ने चुना है। इट्स गुड क्योंकि वहां पे उतने सैलरीड वुमेन मिलेंगे नहीं, एंड इट्स द एंट्री पॉइंट टू गेट इनटू opportunity for to participate in the economy or in the market, so it's a good topic. कुछ lawyers की names, ma'am, if you can tell.
में लाइक
Either in Andhra Pradesh or in Telangana.
आंध्र प्रदेश, डॉक्टर गोमती श्री देवी से मैं कनेक्ट कराऊंगा आलिया
Okay, sir.
टॉपिक नो। कुछ आप नॉन मुस्लिम, हाँ, यस प्लीज।
okay, so बहुत सारे like you will find so many women around वो जो not only मतलब जो कोविड के बाद से they have started lot of new occupation, new kind of work, so वो explore करना, how women are coping up after the COVID, and because specifically जो responsibility आ जाती है वो women पर ज्यादा है, taking care of home, paying the fees of the child, and all kind of things, so उसमें and I don't know उसमें women का आप ये भी sampling देख सकते हैं, kind of single women or women who are getting support from the family, so all those kind of issues are there, but again क्योंकि time कम है and to limit things, so better we should focus on some aspects instead of diverting into so many things, so अभी के लिए then later on we can take up, later on तो आप उसमें बहुत सारा काम कर सकते हैं।
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
एक गवर्नमेंट का जो स्कीम है ना, सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप का, SHGs का,
Yes, sir.
प्लीज इनकॉर्पोरेट दैट क्वेश्चन आल्सो। हाँ, देयर इज PM मुद्रा स्कीम आल्सो, एंटरप्रेन्योर, इनसे रिलेटेड भी काफी स्कीम है। आप अपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट या उसके वेबसाइट पे भी जाके देख सकते हैं विच आर द स्कीम्स अवेलेबल। आल्सो इंटरव्यू सम ऑफ द नॉन मुस्लिम वुमेन।
Yes, sir.
कुछ नॉन, उनसे भी कुछ परसेप्शन वगैरह आपको दिखेगा। कुछ फंक्शनरीज का अगर आप इंटरव्यू करेंगे ना, सो इट विल क्लोज द लूप। आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? इफ सम
Functionaries and sense.
yeah, so they will tell that all these things are available, and simultaneously when you will interview, then you will say that people don't know about it.
Okay, sir. So first I will go with the functionaries and all that. Then I can
Mix and
prepare
match.
questionnaire and
No, mix
it-
and match. You have a specific set of questions, and
Okay.
and then you interview different set of stakeholders.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Try to report more what
Yes, sir.
different people are saying, and then come out with the findings that okay, these all things are available, most of the people are not aware of it, or what are the bottlenecks or hindrances what women feel. So it's more of the reporting from your side. You're trying to find out a lot of different things,
Yes, sir.
right?
Okay, sir.
Do some pilot now.
Yes, sir. And also you mentioned that you'll be releasing a Google form where we need to fill the research questions and all. When will that be released?
We will Samriddhi will get in touch with you and
Okay, sir.
share that, but that's not a final thing. That's more for letter and articulating more in written form what are you trying to do. Don't
Yes.
worry about it, start doing pilot.
Okay, sir.
Some questions in your neighborhood, try to do some pilot tool testing and these things. you'll get more clarity what kind of responses.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Shalu ma'am, would you like to add anything?
Like, you can start, you can also talk to some of the women entrepreneurs to be in this area. I mean, like, nearby to your area, you can start talking to them. What are the things they're doing? What are the problems they are having from the family aspect, from the, like, if they have applied for these schemes as Mudra schemes, or they are the part of SLGs. So what are how they have started, what are the problems which are coming up. So it's kind of an exploratory kind of a study which you can take up. You just open-ended questions के साथ आप जाएंगे, so you'll be able to get more of the information. Google Docs और ये सब में you'll get a limited kind of
Okay,
पे
ma'am.
respond करेंगे ना लोग. So you have to be very open-ended in this regard. कि मतलब get to know the more of the information, like digging of information वाली बात.
Yes, ma'am.
Alia, if you interview 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 entrepreneur Muslim women entrepreneurs, बहुत अच्छे stories आएंगे, बहुत
Okay,
अच्छे
sir.
से हो जाएगा. हाँ, tools
Yes.
पे ध्यान दीजिए. हाँ,
जी, sir.
ठीक.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Next would like to go Sulekha ji. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. So my topic was challenges faced by Hindi medium students in higher education, a case study of Delhi University. So I looked into the literature and I found a lot of literature on this, as Vibhuti ma'am had also suggested, including personal narratives by a lot of academicians and research scholars from Delhi University itself. And on the basis of it, you had also suggested that I should prepare open-ended questions. I have come up with a few broad things that I would like to question. So if you approve, I'd like to go ahead with that. So yeah, the first one would be a very open question related to the areas of difficulties in general that students face. The second would be related to study material and resources. The third would be about asking about the status of interaction and communication between teachers and the students. And this would be a question that would go for both the teachers and the students, because both these parties face difficulties. And including questioning about what they feel are the social and academic implications, negative implications that students face. And the last one would be a general question about what they think, what measures do they think would help better facilitate the learning process for the medium students. So is that all right?
And what are the stakeholders have you mapped?
Yeah. So the first was the students themselves, and you had suggested that I should take up at least 3 departments. The second was the teaching faculty, admin staff, and you had also suggested parents, but I've not been able to get in touch with parents. But yeah, so these
पेरेंट्स और इन सब लोगों में ना मैंने बात की थी डॉक्टर सिमी से और कुछ डीयू के अपने उनसे. मैं कुछ डीयू के फैकल्टी से आपको कनेक्ट करा दूंगा सुलेखा जी. व्हेन यू विल स्टार्ट डूइंग दिस थिंग्स नो, वो लोग आपको हेल्प करेंगे. कुछ स्टूडेंट से जब बात करेंगे या कुछ एलुमनाई से, वहां से भी कुछ चीजें मिलेंगी. मैंने आपके वो क्वेश्चन सुन लिए जो आप पूछ रहे हैं. कुछ जो रेमेडियल मेजर्स हैं ना, या इसके लिए कुछ जो एक्शंस ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, वो थोड़ा मिस हो रहा है आपके क्वेश्चंस में. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? रेमेडियल क्लासेस हम रखते हैं यूनिवर्सिटीज में, अभी से नहीं, बहुत पहले से है. और मतलब सिंस द इशू इज नॉट वेरी न्यू, पुराना है, तो बहुत सारा इस पे एक्शन है. उसका कितना इफेक्टिवनेस या इम्पैक्ट है, वो भी एक सवाल ले लीजिए. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग या उसके लिए बहुत सारे मेजर्स हैं ना, जो कि आप बाद में सजेस्ट भी करेंगे. सम ऑफ देम आर ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल, राइट? पर उसका उतना इफेक्टिवनेस नहीं है, तो क्यों ना हम उसके भी सवाल पूछें. उसको इम्प्लिसिट कर ले उसमें. और स्टेक होल्डर्स क्या हो सकते हैं? शालू मैम, वुड यू लाइक टू ऐड?
तो ये जो बहुत सारे ये दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में कुछ ऐसे टीचर्स यूनियन और स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन भी है. तो जैसे अनंता नारायण सर, आपका उनसे टच में है आप, तो आप मतलब वो भी, उनका शायद काफी इस एरिया में भी काफी काम रहा है. So maybe and student जो unions हैं और even the administration का भी जो unions होगा उनके भी आप stakeholders को आप देख सकते हैं, उनसे बातचीत करके कि उन्होंने क्या स्टेप लिए हैं, क्या उनके पास इस तरह के केसेस आए हैं, that kind of thing you can do that.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा सजेशन मिल गया सुलेखा जी, है ना? कुछ यूनियंस को क्यों ना, क्योंकि वो इस तरह के मुद्दों को भी देखते हैं, और दैट विल बी इजी आल्सो टू गेट इन टच विद देम.
Yes, sir, sure. Thank you so much.
You
I
can,
just have one more question.
yes.
So just for like you suggested a multiple stakeholders. So for instance, let's start with students. So do I need an equal sample of equal number of students to be interviewed from each department or anything like that?
नहीं नहीं, वो क्योंकि हम क्वालिटेटिव नहीं कर रहे हैं ना, तो वो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव सैंपल उसकी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. सुलेखा जी, क्या डीयू के अलावा भी एक दो यूनिवर्सिटी ले लेंगे क्या? बहुत अच्छा स्टडी हो जाएगा, बहुत अच्छे जर्नल वगैरह में जाएगा.
Sir, I want to, but given the short span of time, I don't think it would be possible now.
ठीक है, आप टूल बनाकर कुछ काम स्टार्ट करिए. जामिया, जेएनयू दोनों मेरा एल्मा मेटर है. आई विल ट्राई टू कनेक्ट. हाँ, और वो यूनियन वाले से तो मैम आसान हो जाएगा. शालू मैम फोन से भी कर लेंगे सुलेखा जी. दोनों जगह के जो यूनियन है, टीचर और स्टूडेंट वाले जो यूनियन है, उनसे कुछ कुछ फोन में ही बात होकर बात बन जाएगी. ठीक है सुलेखा जी, हैव यू स्टार्टेड विथ डूइंग टूल टेस्टिंग एंड पायलट?
So I wanted to get the questions approved by you first. So I'll start today itself.
Okay. For doing testing and testing, you don't have to talk to the real stakeholder. आपस में भी किसी से बात करके देख सकते हैं, थोड़ा फीडबैक आ जाता है कि क्वेश्चन का फ्लो ठीक है क्या, टाइमिंग ठीक है क्या, वो सब देखकर उसके बाद आप पायलट कर लेंगे. Right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. And Shulekha ji, which part of Delhi are you based in?
So I'm based in West Delhi, Subhash Nagar.
नॉर्थ कैंपस वहां से पास. ठीक है.
See, बाकी जो जेएनयू और जामिया का जो स्टडी है, मे बी अभी आप दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी पे फोकस करके उसको नेक्स्ट स्टेप आप उसको ले सकते हैं, तो लाइक जामिया और जेएनयू में. सो विदिन नेक्स्ट 3 months 6 months 1 year, जितना जैसा भी आपके पास टाइम अवेलेबल है या जो भी है, सो देन यू कैन टेक अप फर्दर स्टडीज एंड ये जामिया और जेएनयू.
A few calls she'll have to make सुलेखा जी को, वो अभी इनकॉर्पोरेट करा देंगे. 1-2 दिन भी नहीं लगना है उसमें. कुछ लोगों से और बात कर लेंगे ना, तो वो इनकॉर्पोरेट हो जाएगा. केस स्टडी ऑफ सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज इन दिल्ली ऐसा करके कुछ आ जाएगा. मोर रैंडमाइज, क्योंकि जेएनयू में काफी सेल्स हैं इससे रिलेटेड, जामिया में भी हैं. डीयू इट्स वेरी वास्ट नो. सो जामिया, जेएनयू, उसमें थोड़ा सा काफी फोकस्ड है रेमेडियल और इन सब चीजों के लिए ना सुलेखा जी. वहां पे सॉल्यूशंस भी हैं. तो दैट इज व्हाई आई वाज आस्किंग यू टू फोकस उधर भी. पर पहले आप ये पूरा कंप्लीट कर लीजिए, फिर देखते हैं ना हम उसको कैसे ऐड करेंगे.
Okay, sir. So I just have one more last thing to say. So
Yes.
if, like you said, you'll try to connect me with people from Jamia and JNU. So if you could do it soon, it would be better for me, because I am a postgraduate student and I have my exams from 14th August itself. So I'm trying to finish it by 10th, the research paper that I'm supposed to write. So if you are going to connect, please, I would like to say as soon as possible.
ठीक है सुलेखा जी. मीनवाइल आप सबके वेबसाइट देख लीजिए, स्टूडेंट यूनियन, और उसका फोन नंबर से आपको ऑलरेडी भी मिल जाएगा. जेएनयू टाका, जेएनयू सू का, जामिया टीचर्स एसोसिएशन का, और उस तरह के कुछ फैकल्टीज और स्टूडेंट जो है ना वहाँ पे, उनसे मैं भी कनेक्ट करा दूंगा. इट विल नॉट टेक अप नॉट मच टास्क. थोड़ा सा आप सर्च भी करेंगे ना, मिल जाएगा.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
राइट, उतनी कोई बड़ी बात नहीं. ठीक है, वुड लाइक टू गो नेक्स्ट.
So can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so like I haven't made a lot of progress beyond our last conversation. I translated my questions and my expected results into Hindi. Most of them I'm still refining the translation. But you said that my concept was a bit too complicated. Do you want me to go over it again so you can just tell me what changes I should make?
Yes, Hindi में.
Okay. I'll have to open the Hindi translation. It's not with me right now. Uh, I don't have the Hindi translation with me right now.
मुझे
It's
थोड़ा
on another.
नहीं, मुझे थोड़ा थोड़ा याद है। मैं शालू मैम को समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ। शालू मैम, प्लीज टेल वेदर इट इज मेकिंग सेंस टू यू। सो गर्वित ऐसा देखना चाहता है कि इन्फ्लेशन के बारे में दो नैरेटिव हैं जो कि ज्यादा इकोनॉमिक थ्योरीज में एम्बेडेड हैं। तो उस पे वो देखना चाह रहा है कि हाउ जो एक्सपर्ट्स हैं और कॉमन मासेस हैं वो उसको कैसे परसीव करते हैं। मैंने गर्वित को सजेस्ट किया कि क्यों ना आप ये देखो कि इन्फ्लेशन को हम कैसे टैकल कर रहे हैं और फेयर प्राइस से स्टॉप काम कर रहे हैं या नहीं फॉर कॉमन मासेस। ऐसा हमने लास्ट टाइम ये दो चीज डिस्कस किया था। गर्वित, इंग्लिश में ही बता दो अपना टॉपिक।
Yeah, so the topic is slightly different. I wasn't really comparing professionals and experts and common man. I was comparing on two categories. A, the income level, because usually on the basis of income level, people support austerity or monetary policy as a primary solution to inflation. And people who may often be of a business inclination, working class backgrounds, they may support more price control, central planning regulated, and more welfare-based schemes for inflation. And that was one difference I was exploring. Second difference I was exploring was more of a discourse analysis thing, in the sense that people who have been immersed in a certain level of economics education, the education may vary, but I have access to some PhD, masters, and bachelor students. I'm not going to go above that. Is that how the differences between the exposure to economics education you have will either have a specific impact on how you view inflation, how you want to solve it. So my expected results on that were, which is based on my own observation and testing in my own college across dozens of bachelor's and master student, was that most people did not even perceive inflation as a result of price gouging, profiteering, or corporate power, bargaining power, or anything. There was no mention of such political or power-based things. It was just, oh, supply is low, demand is high, and there is scarcity. For efficiency purposes, they should do that. So the point was that if you study the ideological impact of economics here, is that the kind of language that economics gives you in these cases, it blinds you to what sorts of impact actually lead to inflation, and thus whatever subsequent solutions and policy we want to use for inflation, they're basically not, I wouldn't say manipulated, but they're like restricted to a certain sort of either austerity policy, monetary policy, the occasional use of fiscal policy, but nothing which is stronger and much more oriented for general social welfare and the benefit of the working class and the masses. That was the basic. Like I was not going to go to above professor level, because the problem with higher level experts is that those people are in themselves. It depends on what kind of disciplines they're in. Then political economy, macroeconomics, heterodox or orthodox economics. So it's so unreliable to study professors and actual academics. But the point is to study like other people, like from bachelors to masters and non-economics people. If that's fine.
Okay, Garvit. Let me open up this a bit more. There are two indexes, right? WPI and CPI, and both are, the inflation overall figure of 6, 7, 8%, 3%, whatever, is a weighted average of basket of goods, right? And for example, when there is fuel inflation, or for example, when there is seasonal inflation of vegetable or perishable goods, factors are different. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
गर्वित, तो अगर एक कैटेगरी पर ध्यान नहीं दोगे तो कुछ भी वहां से निकाल पाना इज टफ, क्योंकि रीजंस अलग हैं। Are you getting my point? If there is inflation pertaining to crude oil, उसके रीजंस बिल्कुल अलग है ना, वो इंटरनेशनल प्राइस मार्केट से चल रहा है। पेरिशेबल आइटम्स के बिल्कुल अलग है। हाँ, लेट अस से स्ट्राइक हो गया ट्रांसपोर्ट सेक्टर में, उससे प्राइसेस अप जा रहे हैं। बारिश हो गई, उससे प्राइसेस अप जा रहे हैं। प्रोफिटेरिंग हो रहा है, अदर फैक्टर्स आल्सो देयर, उससे वो जा रहा है। सो कंटेक्स्ट विल चेंज।
Okay, so should I focus on specific goods and markets which are more susceptible to profiteering, like say normal, like vegetables and fruits and basic commodities?
बेसिक कमोडिटीज, हाउसिंग, अदर्स। अदरवाइज वो ना बहुत ज्यादा फिलोसफिकल हो जाएगा।
या थोड़ा सा हो जाएगा। मैं उसी में डील करता हूँ। I'll simplify it.
हाँ, क्योंकि लेटर से स्टेक होल्डर अच्छे चुन लिए गर्विता भाई।
Sorry?
स्टेक होल्डर अच्छे चुन लिए। जो जिनके इंटरव्यू करोगे ना, इकोनॉमिक्स,
हाँ
बैचलर्स, मास्टर्स, वो अच्छे चुन लिए।
हाँ अच्छे चुन लूं?
No,
Like,
अच्छे, that selection you have made good progress in
okay, thank you.
good progress there. तो
ये
different,
ये है कि क्योंकि अगर आप कंज्यूमर पेरिशेबल गुड्स लेते हैं, so basically that is consumed in homes, and basically women are taking decisions कि अगर सब्जी लाना है, all those kind of things. So even if, I don't know if you can talk to some of the consumers, and basically the women consumers, the housewives. So basically they can say कि okay उनके लिए अपना household budget और ये सब करना कितना उसमें प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. So that is one aspect of consumerism, and उसको अगर आप relate करते हैं policy level से, policy about this perishable goods,
कैसे?
so there could be a kind of interlinked can be developed between what is happening at the policy level and what is happening at the ground level, and then you can draw a connection.
Garvit, are you getting the point Shalu ma'am is trying to make?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's a network problem on my end. I missed your last sentence. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the last sentence that you said?
Shalu,
Yeah, so you can draw a connection between matlab, what is happening at the ground level, what the consumers, the actual consumers of the perishable goods, or what are their problems, what are the problems they are facing, and the issues at the policy level, and then you can draw the connection between the two, that how the policy level pe the decisions are being taken, or क्या चीजें हो रही हैं, and at the ground level there is a difference. So and then you can draw a connection between the ground level and the theoretical level, policy level पे क्या चीजें हो रही हैं, and where are the gaps, what are the challenges. So that aspect also you can see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have mentioned this a bit more clearly. That is my fault. There's a small section in my survey questionnaire which I'll administer when I'm serving the people. Is that what problems they're facing? Because then that will bring to light the fact that the people who are suffering from like commodities really need them immediately. So any sort of monetary policy or other measures may not easily help them right now. That was one aspect I was trying to also capture. Also, I just had a question for you guys, because I'm like, I think you would be able to give good insight on that. So my basic problem with the inflation thing was that how certain economics professionals or economics educated people may perceive price increases during scarcity as justifiable in the name of efficiency in economics. And my perspective was that people who were not either very rich or not into economics would be able to see the price increases that happen in the name of scarcity as not legitimate, because the legitimacy granted to it by economics education and class differences would be removed in the cases. So would you feel that this is a good plausible view? Because that is what I'm trying to see, that people who are free from that sort of ideology of economics and class would perceive these price increases during scarcity as profiteering and price gouging. That was what my main insight was.
Garvit, perceptions ले सकते हो for these cases ना.
Yes.
When you'll say monetary policy, most of people will not understand. For example, examples of monetary policy किसी को नहीं पता होगा, और monetary policy में हम क्या-क्या tool use करते हैं, like name 5 tools in monetary policy, Garvit.
I mean, we have 3 different sorts of repo rates, but I was not I was not asking them what sorts of policy we should use. It's
okay.
more like
That's okay, Garvit, but
yeah,
are you getting my point? कि repo rate है, reverse repo rate है, SLR है, हाँ, bank rate है, ये different tools है ना. उसको monetary policy committee जो MPC वो बैठती है ना 3 महीने में, तो वो क्या करते हैं, बैंक का रेट ऊपर नीचे करते हैं. different tools है हमारे पास. फिर उसमें सबको समझ में नहीं आती है बात. Getting my point. So what that was, I was also telling you, at a local level, Shalu ma'am is also trying to tell you कि at a local level, what are the factors या perceptions लोगों का हम देख सकते हैं ना. And there you have chosen 2 very important thing. One is profiteering and the other is scarcity, supply and demand. उस पे ही basis करके local level से कुछ study निकालो. अच्छा है
okay.
वो दोनों ठीक है. You are looking at the perceptions, but my hunch is that when you say monetary policy, most of the economic student or even econ professor would not understand that. क्योंकि हम क्या टूल यूज कर रहे हैं और अभी क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं, क्यों नहीं करते हैं, वो भी तो इम्पोर्टेंट है ना. लाइक मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स वी डोंट चेंज, CRR वी डोंट चेंज, अ लॉट ऑफ अदर कंट्रीज चेंज. हाँ, बैंक रेट पे हम खेल रहे हैं, रेपो रेट पे खेल रहे हैं, एट द ओवरऑल मैक्रो ये लेवल. आई वर्क ऑन पॉलिसी एंड दिस थिंग, बीइंग एन इकोनॉमिस्ट, मुझे समझ में आता है ना, वर्किंग विथ वेरी क्वाइट अ फ्यू पीपल, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इवन फ्रॉम द इकोनॉमिक्स जो पढ़ाते भी हैं. तो इसलिए दैट वाज माय हंच, दैट अगर इस तरह की बात लाओगे तो लोगों को समझ में नहीं आएगा, इवन विद द एक्सपर्ट्स, क्योंकि कोई उतना क्लोजली फॉलो नहीं करता ना इस तरह की चीज. अब हम बॉन्ड्स और कई अदर अदर टेक्निक्स पे आ चुके हैं. हाँ, और फिजिकल मेजर्स लेते हैं इसको
Yeah.
लेकर ज्यादा. हाँ, होर्डिंग पर भी आप वर्किंग अ लॉट, उस पे अगर फोकस करोगे तो दैट वुड बी गुड. टाइम एंड
I
अगेन
thinking about holding, but that would take more of an investigative bent, and that would
it will
take
not.
a
It
that
will
would
not.
take a,
It,
it
it
will
will
not.
it will not. It will not.
Okay.
It's very common. It's usual. एडमिन और लोकल टर्म्स में लोगों को ये बात समझ में आती है, छापा पड़ रहा है. इट्स वेरी वेरी नॉर्मल. अगर न्यूज़पेपर इफ यू फॉलो मोर तो ये सब बातें सबको समझ में आती है. मतलब पीपल आर मोर इंटेलिजेंट देन यू बिलीव इन आवर कंट्री.
Yes, definitely,
बट
definitely.
टेक्निकल जार्गन समझ में नहीं आएगा किसी को.
Yes.
ये सब बातें सबको पता है, लेकिन ये मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी में बैंक रेट 3.5 से 4% कर दिया, उससे क्या होगा, कोई नहीं समझ पाएगा कुछ.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely, definitely.
The philosophical part which you are focusing, it's good for literature review, but for doing field work, uh, try and restrict to certain things. हाँ,
Got it. Got
ये
it.
बात आप सबसे नहीं कर सकते गर्वित इस तरह का ना. It's
बिल्कुल,
very
बिल्कुल.
very intellectual, very people have to ready to discuss this kind of things. They have to read a lot, know these kind of things, right? Even in your university, a lot of econ professor would not be having expertise in these kind of things. And
Got it.
let me
understand.
tell you, those who are expert in this, उनसे interview करना बहुत tough है.
Yes, it is the problem. Yes, you cannot review macro professors on this.
बात ही नहीं करेंगे वो, है ना. ठीक
Got
है,
it, sir.
Garvit, frame something. It's good.
I have a question here ready. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't.
चालू में.
Nation पे 70s और 80s में like there was lot of women's movement की तरफ से they have एक अच्छा movement था, काफी strong movement था. So that you can take up in your review of literature or something. वो आपको documents मिल जाएंगे. You have to go to the libraries या कुछ हिंदी civil society के जो library हैं, तो उसमें आपको ये documents मिल जाएंगे. So because at that point of time 70s 80s में there was lot of strong movement against inflation, but अभी क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? What are the factors कि अभी क्या चीज हो गई कि that kind of fluid, that vibrancy is not there against inflation. So either this is because of free market economy or हमारा liberalized हो गया, or what are the other factors which are there behind कि अभी ऐसा strong movement नहीं बन पा रहा जो 70 80s में था. So that is one thing. I don't know उसको literature में आप ले सकते हैं. And
no ma'am, it's a very good example you give. Thank you. हम लोग इकोनॉमिक्स में भूल जाते हैं, but our finance minister went to Chennai. वहां पे वो सब्जी खरीदने गई इन्फ्लेशन को कूल डाउन करने के लिए last year when inflation was very high, to demonstrate this kind of things. So Garvit, you can learn from these examples. What Shalu ma'am is saying, वो our finance minister is actually doing. वो कई सारे मार्केट जाके खुद सब्जियां खरीद रही हैं. That's kind of signaling as a tool which we use, no Garvit? Signaling is also a tool to
Yes.
curb inflation. So the finance minister is using Sitaraman ma'am as signaling as a tool to हम कैसे देखें नहीं prices control में है उन सब चीजों को. These are important things, huh? In public policy or econ policy as we see. Good, Garvit. Tool आपने बताया, आप उसे टेस्ट करो ना, पायलट करो.
Yes, sir. I have already tried on 2-3 people. I'll try more. Do you mind if I send you my questionnaire? Do you just like looking at it once if you think anything should be added or subtracted from it? Like later on, whenever, if you're free.
मैं कुछ अपने रिसर्चर्स के नंबर भेजता हूँ ना, उनसे फिल कराओ. गूगल फॉर्म बनाया गर्वित?
No, I was asking you like whether you could like review if my questionnaire was fine or like if it should be edited or anything. Just
No,
that.
I will be not a good sample.
Okay, got it.
Are you getting it?
Yes,
Will
yes.
to have fellow people to that, no?
Got it. I'll do
फिर
that.
मैं biased हो जाऊंगा because I know your topic.
Yeah, got it. Yeah,
ठीक
got
है.
it. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you.
Next, would like to go. Jack, would you like to go next? Diksha, Rashi, Jamila ji. Rashi ji, you can go next.
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Am I audible, sir?
yes, yes, you are. Yes, Rashi ji, you are audible.
There's some network glitch. I'm sorry. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes, Rashi ji, you are audible.
Yes, I had a few questions regarding my sample size and stakeholders. So I was wondering if 20 women riders and 10 members from other gender, two respondents from policymakers and enforcers, and one respondent from academic or research background. They sum up to about 35 as a sample. Would that be fine?
राशि जी आपने टॉपिक फिर से अपना भेजा था, एक बार फिर से बताएंगे टॉपिक?
Yes, sir. The topic was about comparing the policy impact of reserved metro ladies coach and free bus rides for women in Delhi, notions of mobility, safety, and presence in public spaces in women's empowerment for social transformation.
So, Rashi ji, you are trying to argue that what are the notions of empowerment as a young citizen जो कि होना चाहिए दोनों जगह. There is need, there are reasons for both of these to exist. लेकिन ये दोनों चीजें एक क्वेश्चनर में किसी से कैसे पूछेंगे?
So I have actually just mailed you the questionnaire set for review, and I was hoping that you can please see if it is making sense at all.
No,
But
I understood your point. My concern is कि हम
yes,
दो चीजों को देख रहे हैं ना, एक फ्री बस वाला देख रहे हैं और एक मेट्रो में रिजर्व्ड कोच देख रहे हैं. हाँ, दो चीजें हैं. तो अगर हम किसी से भी इंटरव्यू कर रहे हैं तो हम दो पहलुओं पे बात कर रहे हैं और उसके बाद थर्ड डायमेंशन यू आर एडिंग कि एम्पावरमेंट को लेकर भी हम देख रहे हैं. हाँ, तो थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स हो रहा है, थोड़ा सा.
so can I try to articulate it once?
एक बार क्वेश्चनर लेट अस ट्राई नो विद शालू मैम.
Okay. I was actually hoping to ask two. I've made two set of questionnaires. One for the metro riders and other for the bus riders. So I would be asking different respondents different questions. The main tension, just to repeat it, is between accessibility approach and safety approach. So metro reflecting the reserving a metro ladies coach is reflecting the safety approach, while wider accessibility approach is reflected in this policy for free bus rides. So I'm trying to compare how both these approaches reflect in terms of wider accessibility or safety. So both the policies would be compared upon these parameters which they hope to achieve. And if either of the policies has any implications for the other. So for instance, does wider accessibility also imply anything for safer mobility? So more presence of women in public spaces, say buses, does that also imply safer mobility for women? That's the common thread that I had in mind, but I would really want you to just look into the questions.
Good. आपने दो क्वेश्चनर बना लिया, आपका काम बढ़ गया, but that was the way to sort it out. Good. I would say that security and accessibility is the given thing. ये policy document पे भी mention होगा, but the larger point is opportunity. Don't miss it out. Huh? Opportunity, especially economic opportunity, freedom, liberty, that is the gist of these programs for women to participate them, give them more opportunity to do anything. Right. तो केवल सिक्योरिटी और वो पॉइंट, तो ये तो स्कीम बन ही रहा है सिक्योरिटी और उन सब डायमेंशंस को देख के, बट वेदर इट इज लीडिंग टू मोर अपॉर्चुनिटी नो एंड एम्पावरमेंट, बात आप जो बोल रहे हैं ना, बट एम्पावरमेंट कैसे होगा, एम्पावरमेंट के रियल थिंग्स कैसे आ रहे हैं, सो द की वर्ड देयर इज अपॉर्चुनिटी, डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी, आप काम करो, घूमो, कुछ भी करो, वहां से आप मेजर करोगे ना एम्पावरमेंट,
Yes, sir.
एम्पावरमेंट
So in the draft that I have shared with you, there I try to link it with the idea of presence with possibilities. As you are calling it opportunity, I think it's similar. So how the presence in itself opens up possibilities, not in terms of some kind of a solidarity that, oh, we are all women in a bus or we are all women in the metro, but in terms of just seeing the women and knowing that there is a possibility for women to be there. So at whatever time, in whatever form. So that's kind of something that I do try to bring in the report. And that's why questionnaire is important, because how am I able to bring it from the respondents? I think that's a concern. So,
अपॉर्चुनिटी, राशि, अपॉर्चुनिटी इज अ कीवर्ड जो लिटरेचर में ज्यादा यूज होता है, स्पेशली इन यूएस और डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज। सिंस यू आर लुकिंग एट दिल्ली, और हम लोग इसको मतलब फ्रॉम डेवलपिंग टू डेवलप्ड वर्ल्ड उस तरह वाला आप टॉपिक ले रहे हो, बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक है, आई रियली लाइक इट। मेरे कुछ और भी कंसर्न्स हैं इसमें, बट शालू मैम, वुड यू लाइक टू ऐड एनीथिंग?
इसमें मतलब टॉपिक अच्छा है, बट इसमें टाइम थोड़ा सा अगर हम ज्यादा दें, क्योंकि अगर हम 2 क्वेश्चन बना रहे हैं, सो मे बी उसमें टाइम ज्यादा लगता है, क्योंकि वी आर कंपेयरिंग।
मैम, राशि जी इज एडमेंट, वो कर लेगी, आई एम नॉट वरीड अबाउट इट एनी लॉन्गर। उसने खुद 2 क्वेश्चन बना लिया, दोनों को देखते हुए, दोनों का फिजिकल इम्प्लीकेशन देखना होगा कि बस वाले प्रोग्राम में कितना पैसा लग रहा है, एंड राशि एक और इम्प्लीकेशन जो आ रहा है पहले से कि मेट्रो में भी हम राइड्स क्यों ना फ्री करें, उसके क्या इम्प्लीकेशन हैं, या कुछ दे क्या, मतलब वो जनरली जब कंपेयर कर रहे हैं ना दोनों को, वहां से आएगा, पर उसको उतना ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं देना।
yes, so because I'm not trying to make a generalized recommendation from the policies. It's just the impact that I want to study and how it is actually achieving the objective that it sets for itself.
ठीक है, तो you had your query about the stakeholders.
Yes.
Quickly I'll go through that. So while जब आप इंटरव्यू कर रहे हैं ना, तो आप उसको थोड़ा सा कैटेगराइज कर लीजिए, स्पेशली फॉर कम्यूटर्स, डिफरेंट एज क्लास, इनकम क्लास या डिफरेंट कोहोर्ट में उसे 2-3 बांट लीजिए।
Yes, sir, I've done that, but in terms of the class thing, I was a bit confused because you said
क्लास के डमी लेंगे हम,
okay,
क्लास मतलब ऐसे थोड़ी किसी से जाके इनकम पूछेंगे,
exactly.
नहीं कर
So,
सकते।
like, it's difficult to even trace it from the occupation or to ask them about their annual income.
कुछ थोड़ा हम डमी लेंगे, क्वेश्चनर में ही कुछ उसके ना डमी रख के लेंगे ना, कुछ
So I
परसेप्टिव
do not understand what this dummy means. Can you please?
डमी, सॉरी मैं इकोनॉमिक्स में, मैं
Sorry.
बोल रहा हूँ कि वहां पे हम पूछेंगे ना कि आपका मंथली हाउस होल्ड एक्सपेंडिचर कितना है, हम इनकम नहीं पूछ रहे हैं, लेट अस से, और वहां पे ना हमने उनको दे दिया कि क्या आपका मंथली हाउस होल्ड एक्सपेंडिचर 20,000 है क्या, 10 से 20,000 है, 20 से 40,000 है, मोर लाइक दैट। रेंट भी ना एक अच्छा प्रॉक्सी होता है, डमी बोले हम, प्रॉक्सी बोले कि आपका मंथली रेंट कितना है, लेटर से कोई बोलेगा 3,000, कोई बोलेगा 10,000, कोई बोलेगा नहीं मेरा अपना घर है, तो ठीक है, अगर आपका अपना घर है, अगर वो रेंट पर होता तो वो कितने का होता, कोई इनकम बताएगा नहीं ना,
Yes.
ऑक्यूपेशन कोई भी बता देगा, बट दीज आर द प्रॉक्सीज व्हिच वी कैन टेक।
Okay.
से 2-3-4 कैटेगरी में बांट लेना कम्यूटर्स का, तो उससे बात बनेगा।
Okay.
आई
Thank
थिंक
you, sir.
फॉर योर स्टडी राशि, कम्यूटर्स का सैंपल हम कम भी रखेंगे तो उससे बात बनेगी, लेकिन कुछ एक्सपर्ट से बात करेंगे तो और अच्छी बात बनेगी।
Yes, sir. I was actually hoping for at least 2 policymakers as well, and those who are involved in enforcing the schemes.
शालू मैम, एनी सजेशंस?
सर इसमें मतलब ये कि जो अगर आप ये लिटरेचर रिव्यू आपने कितना किया है, क्योंकि जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स बने थे जब ये पॉलिसी बनी है, पॉलिसी फॉर द फ्री बस राइड, इवन दिल्ली और कर्नाटका का डॉक्यूमेंट्स देखें, या फिर जो मेट्रो का जो ये कोच को सेपरेट करने का है, so like what did the policy makers have
Hello?
I don't know if we have done the literature review in that regard. आपने क्या वो डॉक्यूमेंट्स देखे हैं?
Hello. Oh, ma'am, I missed your voice in between. I'm sorry, there's a network glitch.
राशि जी, मैं ना शालू मैम का नंबर आपसे शेयर कर दूंगा, आप एक बार उनसे बात कीजिए ना। मैम, मैं आई वाज आस्किंग कि इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्योंकि कंप्यूटर से तो बात करेंगे, लेकिन थोड़ा सा टॉपिक ऐसा है ना कि कुछ ज्यादा एनजीओ से उस तरह के जो बोले रहे ना, कुछ गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल से, कुछ आईएएस ऑफिसर्स वगैरह से बात कर ले तो ज्यादा राशि को ना इसमें ज्यादा वो डेप्थ मिलेगा। क्योंकि पॉलिसी मेकर्स राशि इज अ वेरी वाइड थिंग। हाँ, इवन सिटीजन्स आर पॉलिसी मेकर्स। तो उसमें वी हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल कि हम किससे बात कर रहे हैं। बहुत सारे एनजीओज में जो काम करते हैं ना, सिविल सोसाइटी, ब्यूरोक्रेट, उससे हमें कुछ लोगों को चुनना होगा।
Okay.
इफ यू ट्राई मोर वैसे लोगों से कुछ आप खुद भी कुछ लिस्ट बनाना स्टार्ट करो। हाँ,
Okay,
मैं
sir.
आपको
Ma'am, I think ma'am was referring to what literature review I have done in terms of policy documents. So I have been looking up their websites, both DMRC and DTC, but I could not really find much in terms of these schemes. Mostly what I got is through newspaper reports and public notifications in terms of tweets and everything, but not policy document as such yet.
अच्छा है राशि जी, अच्छा है ना। वैसे आप जर्नलिस्ट से बात करो ना, कुछ जर्नलिस्ट से भी बात कर लो।
Okay. So I
जर्नलिस्ट
think
बहुत
it would be difficult for me to like trace them myself. So your help would be needed in terms of whom to approach.
कुछ जर्नलिस्ट जिनके आप आर्टिकल्स पढ़ रहे हो ना, उनसे तो बात कर सकते हैं। थोड़ा सा मैपिंग करोगे तो कुछ लोगों के नंबर्स वगैरह मिल जाएंगे, जर्नलिस्ट के तो स्पेशली मिल जाएंगे। लेटर वगैरह आपके पास आ जाएगा ना, तो आप बात कर सकते हो कुछ लोगों से। देयर आर वेरिंग काइंड ऑफ जर्नलिस्ट, नो, प्रिंट मीडिया, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया, टीवी, ये सब वाले पे टॉपिक आपका बहुत अच्छा है, बात कर सकते हो
Okay, sir.
कुछ जर्नलिस्ट से, सिविल सोसाइटी से। दिल्ली में a lot of people working on women security and opportunities, no, दिल्ली is hub for it।
Okay, yeah.
थोड़ा सा रिसर्च करोगे बहुत कुछ मिलेगा। राशि, वीर इन जेएनयू, नो?
So I passed out from masters this last month.
सारे सीनियर्स हमारे इसी फील्ड में। केवल ये इंट्रो देना है। आई एम राशि एज अ फेलो इन विद इम्प्री एंड पास आउट ऑफ जेएनयू, तो तुरंत कर लेंगे।
Okay, sir. I'll do my research in that area then. But I'm really hoping that you please give some review on the questionnaire. And I've also like attached the Hindi transcript for
आपने
both.
टेस्टिंग और पायलट किया?
Sir, pilot not as such, but I have discussed it with a few people, but not in terms of going to the respondents and seeing with them.
आसपास में ही थोड़ा सा एक दो बार पायलट भी कर लीजिए। मैं आपको शालू मैम का नंबर शेयर कर रहा हूँ चैट पे।
Okay,
थोड़ा सा एक बार आप डिस्कस भी कर लीजिएगा।
sure.
शालू
Thank you, sir.
आपको, आप पहले मैसेज कर लीजिएगा शालू मैम को।
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा और डिटेल में मैम का ये सब एक्सपर्टीज है ना, मैं भी एक बार क्वेश्चन देख के आपको बता दूंगा।
Okay.
बट डोंट मेक इट वेरी लेंथी। हाँ, 10 to 12 minutes, not more than that।
I've kept only 10 questions yet, but I'm a bit skeptical about how comprehensive they are or they can be in just 10 questions. That's why I wanted a review.
ओके, एज, जेंडर, ऑक्यूपेशन, लोकेशन ऑफ इंटरव्यू, नेम भी आएगा ना, नेम, एज, ऑक्यूपेशन, लोकेशन।
Sir, I was wondering, is name really necessary?
आप फॉर योरसेल्फ, आप किसी से भी पहले नाम पूछोगे ना, उसको अच्छा लगेगा।
Okay, okay.
ऐसे डायरेक्ट उसका एज पूछोगे, लगेगा आप क्या कर रहे हो। बात भी आपको जी जी करके करना पड़ेगा, ऐसे डायरेक्टली नहीं करना।
Yes.
Do you think, Larissa? Okay, good questions. I went through your questions. Kuch suggestions you asked, no, Rashi, from them?
Yes, sir. Sir, do they make sense?
It makes sense. add some questions about suggestions. उनसे आप खुद पूछिए कि आपको और कुछ कठिनाइयां आ रही है क्या, आप
Sir,
कुछ
in the last question for both metro and bus riders, I am asking, are there any problems they find with the scheme? And if yes, to specify. So do I ask solutions as well?
yes.
Okay.
तब तो
Apart from that.
या तब तो आप उन्हीं से सजेशन लोगे तभी तो बात बनेगी.
Okay.
ठीक है. राशि, गुड क्वेश्चन, सिंपल क्वेश्चन.
Thank you, sir.
एक
Thank
बार
you, ma'am.
पर वो एक बार अगर आप वो कर लेना तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा. पूरे दिल्ली का करोगे राशि?
No, sir. So I thought to keep it till Rajiv Chowk metro station because that's an interchange, and there I could like easily meet people, metro riders, and also because then if I'll be going there, it would be more convenient to see around bus stops near CP. So
बढ़िया, अच्छा
that's
हो
what
जाए.
I thought.
फोटोज वीडियोस भी प्लीज में अपने कुछ फ्रेंड्स को भी साथ ले जाना तो हेल्प के लिए.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
क्योंकि एक 2-3 लोग रहोगे, बात बनेगी अच्छे से.
Yes.
ठीक है, राजीव चौक इज अ गुड लोकेशन.
Okay. Thank
फोटोज
you.
अच्छा जाएगा, बहुत अच्छा बन जाएगा. ठीक है ना. वुड लाइक टू गो नेक्स्ट? चहक जी, वुड यू लाइक टू गो नेक्स्ट? Jamila ji, would you like to go next? No? Chahak ji, no? Jamila ji, no? Who else? Diksha ji, would you like to go next? So if you do not have anything more to discuss, then we wrap it up. Shalu ma'am, would you like to add anything?
No, sir, अभी तो like since people have already like started working, क्या सब अपना questionnaire बना के please do the pilot testing, literature review. साथ साथ आप पढ़ते रहिए, like whenever you get time, just go through the literature. So these are the only things. So wrap up करें सर, क्योंकि अगर किसी की question नहीं है, so then maybe next week we have interactive session. So maybe उस time तक थोड़ा सा they will be more prepared.
ठीक है, good. दीक्षा जी, no? ठीक है, so we'll be sharing, समृद्धि will get in touch और हम एक गूगल शीट वगैरह भी भेजेंगे फॉर्म. तो सारे लोगों से शालू मैम हमें टॉपिक्स वगैरह भी आ जाएगा. विल टेक अ प्रोग्रेस एंड टेक अ फॉलो अप.
Sure.
ठीक है, ओके, हैव अ नाइस डे. थैंक यू.
Okay, thank you.